Saturday mornings from 8 to 9 a.m. Ask an Attorney is Florida's longest-running radio show for over 35 years now. So if you've got a question for an attorney, call Joe Pittman during his live radio show. Ask a question. Get an answer. Free of charge, of course. Saturday mornings live from 8 to 9 a.m. right here on the Tan Talk Radio Network. Or to contact Joe Pittman directly, call 727-586-3306.
Don't turn it off now. You need this stuff. Tampa Bay's Tan Talk Radio Network.
Welcome to the Connect with Beauty and Health show with your host, Ineth, from Flawless Skin Firming and Lipo Laser. She's a medical laser technician and modeling instructor with Face Forward Actors and Models. Many of her clients refer to her as the Queen of Beauty. And here's your host, Ineth.
Hello, everybody, and welcome Tampa Bay to Connect with Beauty and Health. I'm so happy you're listening. I am Ineth. I own Flawless Skin Firming and Lipo Laser in Palm Harbor. I get rid of wrinkles on face and neck, and I do targeted spot inch losses. I'm very excited. This week I finished up a lady who was getting ready to go to her son's wedding, and I took about 8 inches off of her stomach. Her stomach is flat. She can get in her dress. So I'm really, really excited about that. I think I got about 3 inches off of each of her arms so she can wear a short sleeve shirt. But enough about me. I am so excited. I have 2 wonderful ladies here for our guests for this week's show. The first one, I have Dina Avantakis. Dina is a certified functional medicine nutrition coach that is passionate about health and wellness. As a health advocate, she coaches clients on how to implement anti-aging techniques and weight loss strategies and solutions, so they've become their own powerful success stories. She believes that everyone can have a healthy, vibrant life once they are empowered with the knowledge and the right tools to make effective changes in their lives. Dina is also an attorney and maintains her practice in Clearwater. But Dina I think it was 2 weeks ago, the book?
May 21st was the pre-sale.
May 21st, Dina wrote a book, and it is called Turn Heads at Any Age, Simple Anti-Aging and Weight Loss Solutions to Help You Look Fabulous. So welcome, Dina.
Thank you for having me.
So Dina, tell us a little bit about, I know you've been an attorney for many years, have a very successful practice, and you've got this love and passion for health and beauty, and I know that you love to help inspire other women. Can you walk us through that?
Sure. So my journey started about 22 years ago when I started reading on health and nutrition. I started following doctors' blogs, and I learned a lot over those years. And I kind of reached a point where the more I learned, the more I wanted to learn, and my passion just grew and grew and grew. And I'm thinking to myself, there's so much that I know. I should share what I know because I can make a positive difference in people's lives. What good is it if I just keep it all to myself? So, being at an age where I'm middle aged, you start to look at your life and what your legacy is. I want to help as many people and reach as many people as I can. That's going to be my footprint in this lifetime.
That's amazing. And, Dina and I have a similar background. I worked in corporate America for most of my life. I actually started out on the trading floor at Goldman Sachs, and I was the most corporate person around. I never thought I'd get out of my suits and my briefcases. But, I kind of got to a point where I was like, really kind of done with this. I want to do something that has meaning and that makes people look and feel better and make people happy. Ironically, here we are both with the same thing, wanting to help people with age and beauty and wellness. And it's kind of, and I met Dina 2 years ago, and we just seem to have the same path, which is pretty awesome.
Yes, it's funny how life can make a full circle and turn you around.
So tell us about your book.
Okay, so my book is called Turn Heads at Any Age. It's available for pre-order now on Amazon. The paperback will be out in July, mid-July. You can order it now on any electronic device. It'll be the Kindle edition is ready, and it'll be dropped into your electronic device as soon as my book comes out. So my book is about empowering women, but it can help anyone really who's struggling with weight loss or wants to reverse aging, because your best you is every day. It's not in the past. So you want to put an investment in your health today, so in your later years, you have a vibrant life. So my book has simple habits and strategies you can do every day that when you put these little habits together, it compounds itself and gives you tremendous success. And you don't have to accept that getting older means you have to have aches and pains, or you have to have a medicine cabinet full of a mini pharmacy in your house. You have ultimate control of your health, regardless of your genes. The destiny of your health is in your own hands. You are stuck with the genes that you have, but you can control the way your genes behave. And it all starts with the power of nutrition and changing your mindset, so that once you put your concentration on being healthy, you'll quickly discover that everything else takes care of itself on its own.
Okay. Listeners, we'll be taking call-ins throughout the hour. Our number is 727-441-3000. Again, 727-441-3000. If you have any questions for Dina, and we have Dr. Gigi here who will be speaking shortly about chiropractic, but we are happy to take your calls, your questions. So Dina, can you tell us, is there anybody in particular that you've have a great success story with?
Particularly middle-aged women.
Okay.
Because I'm one of them, and I understand them, and I understand a professional woman that's really busy and overwhelmed, and my techniques can help anyone, really, no matter what's going on in their lives. I know a thing or two about juggling a lot, but if I can do it, anybody can do it.
Okay, so I know we can get your book on Amazon. Don't you have a blog or a website where people can find some information on you?
Absolutely. I love to blog. My website is www.feelandlookfabulous.com. It's all spelled out. And there you can see my videos, my blogs, and learn more about me. And you can direct contact me through my website.
Okay. Do you have any questions?
No, I just love what you're all about and what you're saying, especially about the genes. I mean, we see that every day in our office. They come in, oh, it's just my genes. This is how it is. But we can do things to turn off those genes or turn them on. And depending on what life changes we do, we can control that. So that's, really important for people to know, I think.
Yeah. It's empowering.
Yes.
Really, you will have ultimate control over the destiny of your health.
Exactly.
Is this the first book that you've written?
Yes. And I already decided what my next book is.
Oh my God, wait a minute. So here we have a lawyer who develops a passion for health and wellness and wants to share everything with everybody. And her first book isn't about law. She's writing about turning heads at any age. So you're getting ready for a new book?
Yes.
Well, do we have a title?
I don't have the title. Well, I kind of do, but I want to register it first.
Okay.
But it's going to be a recipe book with smoothies that I make, but it's going to also explain what I put in and why I put in and what it does for you.
I think that the why you're putting it in is the most important thing to me, because, people don't really know why they're putting something in. It's like, oh, well, I should have some fruit, so I'll put some fruit in here. Why are you having that fruit?
Right.
Because it tastes good. Okay. And there's all these things now. People are really getting into this, and they have all these different types of blenders and smoothie makers. And I actually honestly don't know very much about that, because I use protein powder and I put some strawberries in because they taste good, but which isn't what I'm supposed to be doing. But I see people putting in like pretty much everything. They'll put in kale, they'll put in spinach, they put in apples. And I'm like, well, how does that taste together? But I don't think it really has any overpowering taste.
It tastes pretty good, actually.
Tell us about what's your favorite and why.
I love putting pineapple, turmeric, ginger, and lemon and orange together.
And then what? Do you put water in there?
Oh, yeah, I put water. Sometimes I can put other powders in, like I'll put maca root powder, which is very good at balancing your hormones. It's good for your libido. It's good for people of middle age. So I mix it up. The oranges, anything that's orange or yellow, I go by colors. Anything that's orange and yellow helps boost your immune system. Anything that's red or dark has a lot of antioxidants and it's anti-aging. Anything green is a detox. So I depending on how I feel in the day, I'll make something to detox, or I'll make something to look younger, or I'll make something to, if I feel like I've got a cold coming on, I make an immune smoothie that knocks it out. I haven't gotten sick since 2007.
Wow. Now, tell us about, you just mentioned turmeric and a bunch of other things. Tell us about those ingredients and why that's your favorite, and until we know what the benefits are of that.
So turmeric and ginger are amazing roots that they're adaptogenetic, meaning they're grown in stressed environments, which helps you. Like, I like the turmeric and the ginger because they lower inflammation. And the ginger is actually good for digestive issues, and they both have anti-cancer properties. So, I mean, you just can't lose with turmeric or ginger.
Guys, we still have our phone lines open. Does anybody want to talk to Dina about these special smoothies? 727-441-3000. 727-441-3000. Dina, we have a couple of minutes before we cut to break, and there's something I really wanted for you to touch on. I know that in one of your chapters, you talk about intermittent fasting, and I happen to also know that you hold that very near and dear to your heart. That seems like the magic thing for you. Can you give us a little information about that?
Absolutely. Intermittent fasting is that magic sauce. If you want to improve anything in your life, just fast. It could be anything in terms of you shorten the window of your 24-hour day as where you eat versus when you don't eat. So I will, for example, eat only between 11:30 and 5:30 during the day. After 5:30, after I've had my dinner, I don't eat. I don't care if I'm hungry. I'll just drink a lot of water or herbal teas. But you have to allow your body time to digest what it's eaten and use up the extra glycogen that gets stored in your liver. And then you start tapping into your fat reserves. That way you don't become insulin resistant. It's a great way to start reversing diabetes. It's a great way to prevent unnecessary weight loss. And it actually helps you look younger. And when you go through a period of fasting, because sometimes like once a month, I'll go 24 hours without fasting. Once a year, I'll go 3 days without eating, just black coffee, tea, and water. And what that does, it allows your body to clear out its junk. Your body is so intelligently made that it will eat everything that doesn't belong, but not harm anything that's good in your body. You will start burning fat for fuel. You'll start attacking cancerous cells. You start eating old muscle tissue, and you recycle and you rebuild. And a lot of people don't understand that your organs have a circadian rhythm, just like your brain. When you're sleeping late at night, your body needs to repair and regenerate. If you're taxing your body with digestion while you're sleeping, you're not repairing and regenerating, and at least not effectively. So if you really want a well-rested sleep and be working towards improving your health on a daily basis, fasting is the way to go.
So 11:30 to 5:30, are you getting 3 meals in during that time span?
I don't need 3 meals.
And this is every day. This is your lifestyle.
Pretty much, except on weekends.
Here we go.
I'm more flexible, but for sure, Monday through Friday, I don't eat breakfast. I've never been a breakfast person. I don't snack. But when I eat until I'm full, and I make sure everything counts on my plate, meaning health begins on your plate. And I put foods that benefit me. I don't eat without intent, focusing on what I'm eating, and I don't eat foods without reading what are in the labels. So it's just very mind focused on eating to improve your health.
So I'm going to try this. I don't know how successful I'm going to be. But
you start off slow at first. If you're new to this, narrow the window and say, I won't eat for 14 hours. Okay. And then build it up. I won't eat 16 hours out of my 24-hour day. And later on, I won't eat 18 hours out of my day. But you start slow. And then you build on it. And it gets easier after a while. It really does get easier.
I assume that's got to have a lot of dedication. I mean, I know you have a husband and a couple of children. Are they doing that?
My husband does it.
He does.
Yeah, we've been doing it before we knew there was a name for it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's got to help. The kids can eat whatever they want, but you and your husband are doing the same thing.
Yeah, it's not good for children or teenagers because they're growing and they're going through so many changes. But I stopped growing a long time ago, so it's okay.
All right, I think that we are going to be ready to go to commercial break.
With Flawless by Ineth, you'll be fresh-faced and flawless.
Don't turn it off now. You need this stuff. Tampa Bay's Tan Talk Radio Network.
Hey, Tammy, I don't know how to say this, but are you doing something new with your skin? It has such a youthful glow lately.
Well, actually, I am, and I'm so happy you noticed. I'm doing a flawless skin firming and lipo laser treatment by Ineth, and the results are fabulous. No injections, no fillers, no pain, no bruising, and best of all, no downtime.
Is this the deal you found in the BCC coupon book?
Yes, it is. That 50% off coupon for new clients was such a deal. I'm so happy I gave the Flawless Treatment by Ineth a try.
Well, your skin and face look great.
I can't say enough. The Flawless Treatment, check it out. More at Ineth.com. That's INATHE.com or call 732-685-7176. That's 732-685-7176. And don't forget the 50% off coupon for new clients in the BCC coupon book. Hey y'all, come on down to NASCAR Car Wash. We have 3 convenient locations to serve you. 7601 Almerton Road, Largo, 8680 Park Boulevard, Seminole, and 7141 4th Street, North St. Petersburg. Zoom on in to NASCAR Car Wash, buy a single wash, and the next 30 days unlimited washes for free. Or text CHECKERED to 55678 to sign up. That's 55678 to sign up. And check out our website to see all of our great offers. That's NASCARcarwashes.com. Faster than a NASCAR pit stop.
Flawless by Ineth. Do you wanna look flawless? Smooth out your skin. Do you wanna lose inches and weight? Love the body you're in. There's a new wrinkle in anti-aging. With Flawless by Ineth, you'll be fresh-faced and flawless.
Courtesy Kia Brandon. Once your trade. No matter the year, make, or model. We'll pay up to $3,000 over Kelley Blue Book value. Then take advantage of 0% APR. Up to 75 months on new Kias. That's over 6 years of no interest. Plus, enjoy 100% complete online car buying with ClickLane. Simple, fast, and transparent. Shop, get your trade value, pick your payment, sign online, and enjoy at-home delivery with Courtesy Kia Brandon. Online at BrandonKia.com. Top 6 in the USA and Tampa Bay's premium Kia dealer.
Hello, welcome back. Welcome back, everybody. Well, Dina, that was absolutely amazing, the information that you shared. Congratulations on your book. It's so exciting.
Thank you.
I'm going to introduce our next guest, Dr. Gigi from Ignite Chiropractic in Palm Harbor. This is a funny story. I had scheduled Dina to come on, and I went to Dr. Gigi and asked her if she would like to be on the show. Then I told Dina I booked a beautiful woman to come on with you and share the time. And I told her who it was. And Dina said, "Hey, that's my chiropractor." So unbeknownst to me, I have patient and client in this room.
And I give a 2 thumbs up testimonial.
Thank you.
Well, so Gigi was born in Concord, New Hampshire, but she lived most of her life in California?
Kefalonia.
Oh, there we go. She says it's one of the Greek's many islands. She graduated from Palmer College of Chiropractic in 2017. She did her internship with Ignite Chiropractic and Wellness, and she's still there. And I stopped down there to visit with her, and it's a beautiful location. I mean, the inside is really pretty amazing. So, Gigi, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah. So as you said, I stayed there because I just loved everything about Ignite and how we approach, the patient's health. And I had shadowed a lot of places before, a lot of chiropractic offices, kind of to see what I wanted to do when I was done with school. And it was just by far it was the best, like just the energy in there. It's more, youthful and all that compared to other offices that I had been. But just the fact that we're never, trying to mask any symptoms, and we're always trying to get to the root cause. And if you ask enough, whys, you will get there. So that's why I loved it. So once I finished from school, I was like, I know where I'm going to stay. I'm going to come over to Ignite. And I've been there since. So.
Now, where is Ignite? I know it's in Palm Harbor, but let's let everybody know where they can find you.
Yes, so we are on East Lake Road in Palm Harbor over on the Boot Ranch area. So we're in between Ridgemore and Tarpon Woods. And we're right next to Dunkin' Donuts, which is the only Dunkin' Donuts on that road. So that's where we're located, right next to Dunkin' Donuts. Everyone can find it from there.
Okay, great. I have a question. So when did you know you wanted to be a chiropractor? Like, how did that wake up in you?
So that's a funny question because I didn't know anything about chiropractic till 2014. As I said, I grew up in Greece, and in Greece, there's not like chiropractors or anything like that. After I wanted to become a chiropractor, I searched for them, and there was like 9 in the whole of Greece. There's like 9 chiropractors.
The whole country?
Yes, it's not something that is well known. So I never knew about it. But when I came over to America, my mom had an injury. She fell off of the roof.
How old were you?
I was 26 at the time.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So I already had done my degree in dental technician. So I was, making crowns and dentures and things like that. So I totally switched careers from there because of my mom's injury. When she came, she was having, she fell off the roof, as I said. She was cleaning the gutters because she's a Greek stubborn lady that likes to do everything around the house.
Oh, my.
And when she fell, she slipped from the ladder. She broke one of her vertebrae, and she ended up in the hospital where she had to stay there for a month, immobilized on the bed because of the fracture, because they were afraid that she would be paralyzed if she moved wrong. And then when she was out of the, she's good. She was walking. She got out of the hospital, but she continued to have a lot of pain for months. So a friend of her that kind of knew about chiropractic in Greece told her, if you're going to America, you should go seek out a chiropractor and get some treatments because they can probably help you. And we went to a chiropractor when she came, and it was amazing. It was like 3 visits, and all the pain she had for so long, even she was taking medications and all these things weren't helping. She got an adjustment for me at that point. I was like, what is that? I didn't even know what I was looking at. And I was like, that helped you from all this?
Because it's odd looking when you see someone else getting it done.
Especially if I had never seen anything like that. So I was like, that simple thing actually changed your life. And it changed my family's life. And because she couldn't do anything, she was always in pain. And this is a person that was doing everything around that house. And now she like completely, changed everything. She could go back to what she was doing before. And I was like, wow, this is really amazing. I want to be able to help people like that as well. So I decided to come down to Florida then and become a chiropractor.
Where's Palmer?
Palmer is over on the east side of Florida. It's close to Daytona in Port Orange.
Oh, okay. Okay. Now, is your mom here?
No, she's still in Greece. So she visited for a little bit. So my family's still in Greece, and I'm going to be going in August to see them all. So I'm excited for that. But she's still been doing really, really well.
But no chiropractors over
Unfortunately,
there.
No. Especially on the island that she is, there's no chiropractors at all. Very far away.
So she has to wait till August to get her adjustment.
Exactly. I can't wait to go over there.
I've actually heard from other people, like whether it was a chiropractor or a physical therapist, whenever I ask what's gotten you into that, there's always some kind of family member that they witnessed in pain or getting, to get better. And that seems to be what happens in your industry. That's just because I always ask everybody, how did you get into that?
Yeah. I mean, I guess if you see it, then you know this works and you want to help people when you see that. So it's always the same story. At least in school, I know all my classmates were all because of a personal or a family story that they became a chiropractor. It's not like when you're little, you're like, oh, I want to become a chiropractor. It's typically, I want to become a police officer or something like that.
So, now I know with what I do with my lipo laser, I can't treat anybody. They have to be at 12. I actually won't take them until they're 16, but I can take them at 12. I just am not very comfortable. I mean, I can, but we all do things that we feel are comfortable for us. What about, is there an age for children, or what's the deal?
So there's no limit. I've seen babies that are like 1 to 2 days old.
Come on. How could you see a baby 1 day old?
I know. So it's not the same type of adjustments. It's very different, a lot lighter. It's a lot of more like working with the muscles and being very light with our adjustments, obviously. So even a baby, if there's a traumatic birth, whether it is because they had a C-section, because they were getting pulled from the head, or there was something that went wrong and they just had to pull the baby out, that can cause injuries to the baby. And if those are not corrected immediately, then we can see these injuries just, continue on throughout their lives. And a lot of times with babies, you'll see, they'll be very fussy, they'll be colicky, they might not be able to move their head, or they will only want to breastfeed on one side. That's why a lot of times we see also babies with flat head, where they have to put the helmets because they're only turning on one side and they want it because that's the comfortable side for them. So those are some signs that we look for in babies to help them, and then we can work with those muscles and we can see tremendous results very fast. That's why I love to work with kids and babies, because they don't have all these years of trauma on their body, so they really are resilient, and we can see dramatic changes within a few visits. So it makes a big difference for the mom and for the baby.
What about pregnant moms?
Yes, of course. That's my favorite group of patients to see are pregnant moms. I am Webster certified, which is a specific technique for pregnant moms where we can analyze the pelvis without needing to take, obviously, x-rays or doing anything like that, because it's so important while, as you're growing through the pregnancy, your body has to change, and you have this hormone that's called relaxin, and it basically relaxes all the ligaments, especially in the pelvis area, so that the pelvis can open, so the baby can drop. So while that happens, we can have a lot of misalignments that can happen, and if one side is tighter than the other, that can cause constraint for the baby in utero. It can cause pain for the mom, obviously low back pain, sciatic type pain, things like that we see all the time in the office. So while doing the chiropractic, it can be a lot more comfortable throughout the pregnancy. And also a lot of my moms will come back and they'll be like, I can't believe how fast and how easy this pregnancy was, after, getting consistent chiropractic care throughout their pregnancy.
So I'm wondering, I've heard, there's always someone saying, oh, this baby's leaning on my bladder. Mm-hmm. And I know it's very uncomfortable and, they're constantly having to run to the bathroom and they're in pain. Are you able to reposition the baby and get the baby off of a...
So we don't touch the baby ever. It's not like we're moving the baby. What we do is by working with the pelvis and working with the soft tissue and the muscles around the pelvis, we can allow for the baby to have more room. And that way it will come into a better position. Like a breech baby, for example. We have a lot of moms with breech babies. They'll come in, they'll get adjusted, and the baby will turn on its own without touching the baby.
Wow.
Yeah, I was about to just ask you about that. So I wish I had known that I should see a chiropractor when I was pregnant, because I had 3 back-to-back pregnancies. And with my first pregnancy, I actually had to go to the hospital 3 weeks before I was due so they can reverse the baby because the head was up and not facing down. So could simple chiropractic care be a good solution to that?
100%. Yeah. ECV, I know that it has to happen sometimes, and they have to do it. But so far with all my moms that have come with breech babies, like I would say 90% of the time we're able to help without doing anything else, just with the chiropractic care. So sometimes obviously there's other issues that may be going on. Maybe the umbilical cord is wrapped around them. Maybe, the mom is very small in size compared for the baby that she has. So there are other things that could cause, having a breech baby. But if it is coming from the pelvis and the way that it's aligned, then 100% we can help. And most of the time, I would say that is the issue that we see.
That's amazing.
If anybody has any questions for Dr. Gigi, 727-441-3000, 727-441-3000. In the meantime, we're going to keep you talking because this is fascinating. Are there any pregnant moms out there that might want to talk to Gigi? So, is this a new thing with pregnant moms?
No, actually, it's been around for a long time. A chiropractor kind of developed the whole, Webster technique and everything. But chiropractors have been seeing, moms and kids and pregnant moms for a long, long time since chiropractic started, because it can help. It's all about being able to influence the nervous system and taking interference off of the nervous system. If we can do that, then we can, help with an array of issues and symptoms that can happen in someone's, life. So it's never like we're treating one specific thing. It's just the fact that we're allowing the body to be able to heal on its own and be able to communicate, the brain to communicate with the rest of the body so it knows what it needs to do. So that's our goal ultimately, to just remove interference from the nervous system.
Interesting. Now, I heard that there is something called 5 pillars of health.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Can you tell us about that?
Of course, yes. So we're all about always chiropractic, but also wellness to keep our body healthy. And we do need other things too. Yes, nervous system is really important to have a healthy nervous system, but it's important what we put in our mouths, what we put on our body. So like, Dina was saying before, nutrition is so important.
I was just thinking that.
And that's why we work with a lot of other healthcare, practitioners in the area to, be able to give that to our patients, because nutrition is really important. Also, detoxing is really important, making sure that we detox from all that, like the intermittent fasting, all the stuff that, you were talking about before, Dina. So those are things that we, try to educate our patients, about, so that they can, make those changes. Also, exercising, so important. We need to exercise. We need to move our bodies. It's important for a lot of our patients. That's why we give them a lot of exercise and things to do at home as well, to help with their alignment of their spine and just to, keep them healthy. And also I would say the most important of all of them is our mindset. If we don't fix our mindset, we won't be able to, be healthy, because it all starts here. If we are in stress mode all the time, our sympathetics are always firing, we're never relaxing, that is going to impact everything in our body. We're always going to, we won't be able to digest properly our food, even getting adjustments, and you're always on stress mode, you're causing stress on your spine just by that. And you can get more misalignment just by the way that your mindset is. So that's very important. So we go through all those topics in our office, and train and educate our patients on every aspect of those, so that they can, take responsibility of their own life, and give them those, steps that they can take and do.
I think that change in mindset is really the number one priority. We were talking earlier, with me, if somebody's coming for lipo laser and they want to reduce their muffin top, or they want to, get a couple inches off of their thighs or something, they can't have caffeine or alcohol on the days of treatment, because it slows down their lymphatic system. And, I have people come into me and say, well, I'm not going to do that. And I have to say to them, then I can't treat you, because there are dangers involved,
Of course.
And so, I spoke with somebody, and she said, well, I guess I'm going to have to change a lot of things. And, I know she was telling me she's got some different things going on in her life. And I said, you know what? Then we take it one step at a time. Do what you have to do to get yourself in a better place, for whatever is going on. And when you're ready, you come back and I'll take care of you. I also told her that you don't need much motivation after you see me, because if you come in and I take 2 inches off of your stomach in an hour, you're not running out of there looking for a cheeseburger and ice cream.
That's true, Ineth. I saw pictures of your before and after, and I'm just amazed at what the results that you can create in such a short period of time.
Thank you. Yeah, it's pretty amazing. And people love it. I mean, but they also have to be looking to make a change. What I do, it really works, but don't come to me and have me take off 8 inches of your stomach and then just go out and eat McDonald's every day. And I think that's kind of where you were going with the mindset.
And actually,
100%.
I want to add to that as well, because with the stress, you can't consciously or subconsciously sabotage yourself and think you're going to deal with stress by drinking or overeating, because you are just creating a bigger problem and more stress for you down the road.
Exactly.
So it's all about being mindful and understanding actions have consequences. If you have a lot of stress, you can do yoga, you can do stretching, you can give up on things that you can't control and let God control them for you. And also eat healthy and exercise. I can speak for the legal profession that I even knew this as a kid before I went to law school. A lot of lawyers are engaging in substance and alcohol abuse because it's a crappy profession. It's full of stress. So again, if you want to improve yourself and deal with stress, it's not that one-time fix like the laser lipo or the one-time thing, and then you think you're going to just go back to your old habits. It really is a whole game-changing way of changing your life.
Yeah, like with me, I tell people I'm not your replacement for diet and exercise.
Mm-hmm.
What I am is an assist. So, like, for example, the one woman with the pictures, she wants to go to her son's wedding. I have another woman, I've been working on her arms because she has her daughter's wedding coming up. And, arms are hard. Actually, to tell you the truth, it's the hardest thing that I have to work on. It's really a difficult thing to work on, and it does work, but it's the hardest one. But, people, like I say all the time, give me a wedding party. They all want to fit in a dress. You know what?
That's true.
You want to get in a dress. You want to lose 2 inches. I'm your girl. But, there's other things like, you could do 200 sit-ups a day and you might not get rid of that pouch. It's not
You
gonna.
probably won't. If you don't do the changes, like the nutritional changes, unfortunately, yes. I mean, exercise is great for the body, but honestly, you won't be able to really lose weight if you're still eating, with pizza every night or whatever that may be.
Drinking wine every day.
Drinking alcohol, all these things, what we put on our body is very, very important. So, yes, you can do as many crunches as you can, but probably won't lose the weight until you actually change your lifestyle, and the nutrition is number one. And then I would say is the rest. But the thing, as you said, like the motivation, if they come, a lot of times that's the hardest part to get the motivation. So I would think it would be the best to come first to you, see that, I can get changes. And then I'm assuming they will be even more motivated to make the other changes and follow through with it, just because they're seeing that they are getting results.
I actually,
question for you, Gigi.
Yes.
Do you have patients that are kind of skeptical at first, and after being worked on, they see a change and then become even more motivated?
100% every time we see that. Yes, once I had a patient, which is funny, recently now. She came in, she was very skeptical about chiropractors, was very afraid, but she was in pain. So she committed and she started coming. And within the first, month, we got so great results. She could barely walk into the office. And now she was doing like 5,000 steps a day now, which is awesome. And she seems, you can see how motivated. She got a Fitbit so she can track her steps. And then she's like, I need to start losing weight. And I know that's going to help even more. I was like, yes, let's go on. And that you can see that because now she's feeling good and she's feeling like a change in her body, she's ready to do more and more because now she knows she can get those changes. So I see that all the time.
Isn't it exciting when you're working with someone and, they say, be the change you want to see?
Yeah.
And isn't it exciting when you're helping someone and you're educating them and you're guiding them? And I know I can see it. It's like, bing, bing, the light bulb went off. It's like the eyes lit up, everything perked up. And then the person is like, wow, I'm really getting there.
Yeah.
They don't realize a lot of times because their normal is like being like whatever they are at that point, and they've been in that way for so many years. They don't realize that there could be something even better than that, and they can feel better or look better, whatever that may be. So I think that what you're doing is a great motivation to get them, kind of push them to go and continue on to do even more things for themselves and get more healthier.
So what's your favorite thing about what you do?
I would say, as I said, I love seeing pregnant moms. I really do enjoy that just because I know they have another person inside of them, and just being able to impact, that generation because if mom is starting to get healthy and baby then starts getting healthy, then that baby is going to grow into a healthy person that I won't probably need to see all that often either, which would be the best thing because they have a good foundation. So I love to see, that's why we see so many kids in our office, because if we start well.
You do.
Yes. So
I was wondering about that.
Yes, 100%. Because when everyone asks, why would you see a little kid? They don't have anything. Yes, but they have a nervous system and they're falling all day. They're, sitting on their iPads nowadays, on their phones. They're causing a lot of damage to their neck at that early on age. And it's crazy that, we see more and more teenagers come in with headaches and, migraines and things like that, which is, a kid and a teenager should not be going through things like that, and digestive issues and all these things. So, making an impact on that generation, I think, is the most important, so that, they can grow and have healthy families, because that's how we can impact the whole community, and then, go from there.
I don't know how many years ago it was, at least 10 years ago. When I was a kid, we had 5 books for school, right? And we were able to carry them. I mean, when I was in school, we didn't have backpacks. We just carried them in our arms. But nowadays, the kids have these backpacks, and the stuff is so heavy, and they're just constantly lugging things around. And sometimes I look at them and I'm like, they're going to topple over backwards.
Yeah, no, that's true. And most of them are not even wearing like the backpack properly. They'll probably have it on one shoulder, and then they're all like, curved over, and all these things that we see, all the time. So backpacks are a big one. I always say if they can, because there's different rules in different schools. Getting the ones with the wheels is the best one to have, instead of, having heavy backpacks, or making sure that you're putting both straps on, having it tight to your body, and not, having the backpack kind of like be down to the ground, which I've seen too.
So while we're on the subject of kids, when I was at your chiropractor office, I saw the text neck poster. Can you tell us how much weight a kid's putting on their neck when they're looking down to text versus when you hold your head upright?
Yeah. So if your head is upright, about 10 pounds, that's how much it weighs. If you start, as you go forward with your head, you're putting more and more pounds. If you go like into a, like you see most kids are like all the way down with their head, that's about like 60 pounds of more weight that they're putting on their neck, because they're like just in that position.
Parents, did you just hear that? Can you repeat that? Because that was pretty mind-blowing. Gigi, can you please?
Yes, it's about like 60 pounds more than what they should have on their neck in a long period of time. It's okay. Yes, we're going to move our necks and look down and do all that. But when we're in that position for hours, because we're on our iPads, that is causing damage to the nervous system, because inside our spine, we have a spinal cord that communicates the brain with all the body and controls everything in our body. Without that, we are not going to be functioning properly. So that's really important to get good habits. Always bringing the iPad up to your eye level, or your computer to your eye level, and not being in that hunched position for hours on hours.
Okay. So this is Dr. Gigi from Ignite Chiropractic in Palm Harbor. So if anybody is having issues and their kids are hurting from their iPad, this is the woman to see. Let's see. Do we have anything else for you? Oh, I know. So I'm a very difficult person. My neck, it's really hard for anybody to get my neck. They always have to use the activator. But so that popping, what is that popping?
So the popping is, it's not the bones. It's not like we're, actually popping the bone. It is the fluid that is within the joint. All of our joints have fluid in them. So when we cause that adjustment, which is, a fast adjustment, it changes the pressure in the joint. And these little bubbles basically pop in the joint. And that's what we hear. Like when we crack our knuckles, we bend them back and we hear that popping. We probably you can't hear that popping for another 30 minutes, because it has to build up again in the joint. The fluid has to build up in the joint area. So, yes, a lot of times we hear popping noise when we're adjusting, which is great for some people. Some people don't like it, but there's other techniques where you won't ever hear popping, and it's still as effective as any adjustment. And there's a lot of research on all these different types of techniques that people, that chiropractors use, and they're the same effective. It's all about getting to the proper position of the joint and moving the joint into the proper area where we want to, with the proper force and the proper speed. That's the importance of it. So the activator, as you're saying, as they're using, yes, that's like a very precise, instrument that they use that it can deliver that speed and force to the joint to help with that area.
When you're adjusting someone and that popping is going on, do you hear it as well, or is it just the person?
No, I hear a lot of times. I definitely will feel it on my hand as I'm in at that joint area. Yes, I definitely will hear it.
I ask because part of when I do lipo laser, one of the things I have to do is the ultrasound, and they have a ringing in their ear, but I can't hear it.
Oh,
so I have to constantly say to them, "Is it ringing?" and I do that because when I was getting trained, the trainer told me that one time she forgot to ask somebody if they heard it, and she looked over and she hadn't turned the machine on.
Oh, no.
So without asking your patient if you're hearing it, you better be looking and making sure that you have it on. So although every once in a while, if I lean real close to them, I can hear a little snippet. So I was just wondering if you could hear the cracking too.
Oh, yes.
Anything else you want to share with us about Ignite? We've got just a couple more minutes left.
Just that we're located at, as I said, over on East Lake Road. Another, I guess, a question that I do get a lot, and that maybe some of the listeners have, is about insurance. We do take all insurance, but the thing is we have to verify it, because even, like, for example, Cigna, one person with Cigna can have a totally different plan than the other one. It all depends on their deductibles, what plan they're on, if they even, have chiropractic coverage. So it always is very different for each patient. So we always, encourage to bring in the insurance, and that way we can go ahead and verify it. And then we get back to the patient. We can let them know, hey, this is what exactly they're covering, and this is, what it looks like. So, but we do take most, I would say, big insurances we do take.
Okay. Well, we've got just a few minutes left, and I want to thank you so much. I've learned a lot. Did you learn a lot with her?
I sure did, but I've been learning through experience too, because I go to Ignite Chiropractic, and I have the best recommendation, definitely.
Thank you.
And I know I learned a lot with Dina. I mean, boy, we got to get you two back on here. We might need a 3-hour show.
Yeah, with all the intermittent fasting and all the stuff that Dina was talking.
I actually devoted a whole chapter on intermittent fasting in my book, and the research that I've discovered along the way just blew me away. I was so excited just to learn that information.
The next time you come, I'm bringing a blender. You know what? I'm actually thinking probably within the next couple of weeks, I'm going to come in and I'm going to have somebody come in. I'm going to do a live treatment on them. I'll just do it live here on the studio. So we'll have blenders. We'll get rid of some crow's feet. We'll have a pregnant lady
getting adjusted here.
Well, so anyway, I'm just going to add something personal here. As you know, I own Flawless by Ineth Skin Firming and Lipo Laser. I'm also in Palm Harbor. I'm on Route 19 between Nebraska and Alderman in the Pine Harbor. What is it? Palm Harbor. That's where I live. Palm Harbor Spine location, Spoke Law Firm building. But anybody is looking for me can either call at the radio station. You can call 732-685-7176. If you call me for an appointment, I will take an additional 20% off of any package just for mentioning Connect with Beauty and Health. I think we have just about a minute left. Any other questions?
No,
I'm good.
Okay, so we have Dina. Before we go, we have about a minute and a half. Give your web address, your book, and everything, and then we're going to do Gigi's information as well.
All right, my title of my book is Turn Heads at Any Age. You can find it on Amazon, and you can connect with me via my website, www.feelandlookfabulous.com.
And we are located in
Ignite Chiropractic.
Yep, Ignite Chiropractic and Wellness on East Lake Road, in between Ridgemore and Tarpon Woods, right next to Dunkin' Donuts.
Okay. Well, ladies, thank you. And I want to do a follow-up with you guys.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Talk to you next week.